Dear student, today we will learn the concept of the working of electric motor. Now, electric motor basically convert the electrical energy into a mechanical energy. Means in your houses there are a variety of devices that use the electric power to do some work. Okay, to do some mechanical work. You know the mechanical work. What is meant by the mechanical work? Whenever the fan is rotating, so it uses the electric energy and convert the electric energy to the mechanical energy. Now you can see I have drawn a basic setup. Okay, this basic setup gives us you to understand that how the what is the working principle of the electric motor. Now you can see there is a north and south pole. There is a north and south pole, and from north and south pole the direction of the magnetic field is this. Okay, so it is the direction of the magnetic field is this, such that it cuts the arm AB and it cuts the arm CD. So whenever the magnetic field cut the arm AB and CD, it will induce a electric force. You can say it will induce an electric force. From the Fleming left hand rule, we have studied that what is the direction of force. Before coming to that point, I want to introduce a setup of this diagram. So here we have taken the two permanent magnet, given the north, it is on the north polarity and it is on the south polarity. Now you can see there is a loop A, B, C, D. The one end of the loop is connected to this split ring at P. Okay, one end of the loop is connected to this split ring. These are known as a split ring at P, and one end of this loop is connected to the split ring Q. Now that split ring is mounted on an axle. That split ring can mounted on an axle just like that. My hand is mounted on this top, just like that. The spring is mounted on an axle. So wherever the current is going to flow, the coil will rotate, and if the coil will rotate, the split ring will rotate. And if the split ring will rotate, then the shaft will rotate, so that we can get the output power. Okay. Now what happened? So now this is an external circuit. Suppose this circuit releases a current I, and this current I goes into this circuit via Q. So current enters. These are known as the one more thing. These are known as the stationary brushes. X and Y are the stationary brushes. These are the conducting brushes. Means they are in just contact. They are not moving. They are stationary. They are in just contact with this rings. Okay. Now as soon as the current is flowing from this via X to Q and Q to A, B, C, D in the loop. Okay, so this is the direction I have shown. Current comes from this positive plate to this conducting brush, from brush to Q to this split ring to this circuit. Okay, so now we need to understand there is a generation of force. As soon as the current is flowing the coil, due to the effect of current and magnetic field, a force is induced. Okay, a force is acting on the two arms where the magnetic field is cutting. Where the magnetic field is cutting this arm, at that point the force is induced. Now what is the direction of force? We need to understand from the Fleming left hand rule. What the Fleming has said, according to the Fleming, if the force, this is the direction of the field, this is the direction of the current, and this is the direction of the force. Now here the current goes inward, and the direction of magnetic field is this, so force is downward. The force is downward. So we can put, suppose this is the AB arm and this is the CD arm. So here the force acting on the AB is downward. Now you can see in the arms CD, you can see the force is acting upward. Okay, you can see the force is acting upward. Okay, now whenever two equal opposite forces acted over some distance, they will produce a rotating effect. They will produce a rotating effect. Due to this rotating effect, the coil of this placed between the magnet rotates. So it rotates half a circle. So here it rotates half a circle. Now what about the another half of the circle? Now what happens, student? Whenever this coil is just flipped from its position, and makes a half a rotation. This coil is just flipped from its position and make a half a rotation. Now what happens, student? the end P will come here, the end P will come here, the end Q will go there, and the relative position of this, the D will come here and A will go there, and B, C will come here and B will go there. Now this is the new points that is obtained after rotation. Now the CD comes here, and AB goes there. Now you can again due to that the direction of the current reverses in the coil, because now the current is flowing from DC BA and previously it was flowing from AB CD. Okay, now it was flowing from DC BA. So direction of the current is being reversed. Now in the as in the above cases, the arm CD experiences a downward force and arm AB experiences a upward force, due to which another half rotation of the motor get completed. Due to which another half of the motor get completed. Okay, in this way the one rotation of the motor get completed. So this process goes on continuing. Okay, and by this we can get the rotating effect continuously. Or this rotating effect is nothing but the torque. We know that it is a torque. Okay. So in the commercial purpose, these magnets are replaced by the electromagnet, and here we are more number of coils to get the more torque or more rotating effect. Okay. Now we are going to learn another topic, that is the electromagnetic induction. Okay. In the next class we will, or in the next class we will learn what is electromagnetic induction. So electromagnetic induction. Electromagnetic induction. Now what happens, students? Suppose we have a coil, okay, and we have this coil over this cylinder. We have the coil, we have a wire, and we have this wire over this cylinder, okay, and we connect this wire to a galvanometer. Galvanometer is a device which can detect the current in the circuit. And in the vicinity of this coil, in the surrounding of this coil, we place our magnet. And as you know, the magnet has a magnetic field. So the magnetic field of this magnet enters through this coil via this medium. Magnetic field of this magnet enters this coil. Now here, when the magnet is stationary, there is no deflection shown by the galvanometer, which means that when the magnet is stationary, there is no current flowing in the coil. But what we observe that is fascinating, when we move the magnet towards the coil or away from the coil. When we move the magnet towards the coil and away from the coil, we see that the galvanometer deflects. Whenever we move the magnet towards the coil, it will deflect in this direction. Whenever we move the magnet away from the coil, it will deflect in the other direction. What do you mean by deflection in the opposite direction? That means whenever you move the coil towards the coil, whenever you move the magnet towards the coil, the current, let's suppose the current is clockwise, and whenever you that is why the galvanometer gives the opposite polarity. Whenever will bring the coil, bring the magnet nearer to the coil, it deflects to the left side, and whenever you bring coil away from the coil, whenever you bring the magnet away from the coil, it deflects on the right side. What does it mean? It means that the direction of current gets reversed. Whenever we move the magnet away from the coil, the direction of the current gets reversed as compared to the previous direction. Okay. So the main topic is that whenever there is a relative motion between the coil and the magnet, there is a change of magnetic field which is passing through the coil. Whenever there is a relative motion between the coil and the magnet, there is a change of the magnetic field which is passing through the coil, and due to that, the induced current is flowing in the circuit. So that is the principle of the electromagnetic induction. Electromagnetic induction is nothing but the induction of the coil whenever there is a relative motion between the coil and the magnet due to change in the magnetic field. We can say due to the change in the magnetic field, when the current is induced in the coil, that phenomenon is known as the electromagnetic induction. Now, can there be more ways to induce the EMF? Yes, we can have the more ways to induce the EMF. Suppose we take a two coil. One coil is this. It is connected to a galvanometer, and another coil is this. It is connected to a source, battery electric source, and to switch on and off the current we have a key. So whenever देखो स्टूडेंट क्या है कि करंट एकदम से अपनी मैक्सिमम वैल्यू तक नहीं पहुंचता. Whenever we close the key, suppose in this position the key is closed, so एकदम से करंट अपनी मैक्सिमम तक वैल्यू तक नहीं पहुंचता, कुछ टाइम लेता है. ठीक है, तो उसको जब मैक्सिमम तक वैल्यू तक पहुंच जाता है करंट, तो उसको हम बोलते हैं कि अपना करंट क्या है, स्टेडी स्टेट में बहने लगा. बट बिफोर दैट सपोज from zero, suppose the 5 ampere of current is released by this circuit. So whenever current goes from 0 to its maximum value, let's suppose for this case let's suppose this is 5 ampere. So whenever the current goes from its value 0 to 5, its maximum value is steady state, the magnetic field, because we know that the flowing current can produce a magnetic field, so magnetic field of this coil changes with respect to this. So we can say the magnetic field of this coil changes with respect to this coil. And if there is a change of magnetic field, surely the galvanometer will find deflection, surely there is a induced current flowing in the circuit. So whenever we open the coil, the galvanometer deflect in the left direction. Okay, which means that current is flowing in the circuit. And whenever we close the coil, whenever we open the coil, so current reaches from its maximum to a minimum value. Okay, or zero value we can say. Again, the current is in the first case the current is increasing, so magnetic field is increasing. In the second case the current is decreasing, the magnetic field is decreasing. And increasing means what? There is a change of magnetic field which is passing through this coil. And if there is a change of magnetic field passing through the coil, there will be a current flowing in that coil, and that phenomenon is known as the electromagnetic induction. So based on this phenomena, the electric generator works, because electric generator in which we produce the electricity. So if the electric generator converts the mechanical work into the electricity, we will learn the concept of electric generator. This is the basic principle of the electric generator. Electric generator work on the principle of the electromagnetic induction. So in the next class we will learn the electric generator. Okay, thank you.